Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to episode 10 here on Riverbend Springs. Oh, good. We do have the graphics are with us this morning for now. Anyways, we have textures on our bales. Yeah, it's episode 10. Wow. This will be airing also, I believe, in this might be the second episode of this series in airing in the 2025 calendar year. So if not, welcome to 2025. Otherwise, hey, we're still in 2025. What do you think of it so far? Anyways, just came over here to check on the sheep. We're now at full sheep capacity. Ooh, they need water. Okay, so we got to get some water for these guys. But they're at 57 of 57, and there's some zero month sheep in here. So I don't really know what to do with them, to be honest with you. My guess is I need to move them. But I have nothing to move them with. So there's a little box animal carrier that I may look at. Just so it's inexpensive. We can move, 4 sheep or whatever at a time, 4 or 6 sheep. But this enclosure over here, I think has room for 10 sheep, 12 sheep. So yeah, we could buy ourselves a little bit of space in the other sheep and maybe move the babies over here. This one needs water as well. They're down to 624. So, okay, we are going to come over here and put some water in. Before we do that, let's run over here. So on tap for today, if you recall in the last episode, we merged those 2 large fields that we bought, and we're going to make those into a cotton field. And then there was another field that we bought right on the riverside, which I love that field. That one we had to. I promised I was going to cut a bunch of trees down so we could extend the field and then and then get that one prepared also for cotton. So I did. I came over here. I did end up selling a couple loads of wood. That's why I think when we left I had like $2,000 and now we have 10. But so if you look in here, there's only 178,000 liters of wood. So we're going to set that to selling, change output. I didn't want to have it sell when you weren't here. But that being said, I did sell 2 loads of wood already, paid a worker and whatnot. It took me forever to get the trees over here. Oh, yeah, I am, if nothing else, I can suffer for these episodes for you guys. So hopefully you can appreciate that. But yeah, anyway, so this will sell. We should have a good chunk of change probably in the next 20 in-game minutes, so that's good. In the meantime, let's get our old John Deere here on the water tank. We'll fill the water tank up and we'll get some water into the sheep enclosures so they don't dehydrate. Oh, we still got to do some landscaping here. In regards to the wood and just selling the wood out of there, somebody in I believe it was maybe episode 8 made a good point when I was building the shed, saying that you've got this construction project, but meanwhile you got an amazing sawmill and a construction project here, but meanwhile you're just selling all of your wood direct, and then you're going and paying for all of the material. Yeah, you're right. It had occurred to me a couple of times that I should be producing the material and not just selling all the wood. And is this full? It's pretty close to full. We should be okay. So we'll use this for now. But anyways, yeah, it had dawned on me that I should be probably producing the wood products and using that to build my construction project. For future projects, we may look at that, but I guess I just was after that sort of instant cash gratification that comes from selling the wood like we're about to do right now. So I think once this 178,000 liters of wood is sold, I think what we're going to do is we're going to activate. So we'll deactivate selling from selling of the wood, and then we'll begin any tree we put in there. I think what we're actually going to do is start producing beams, and beams only, because they do have quite a value. And it's funny, like when I put, let's say I put 1,000 liters of wood into the sawmill, I get 1,000 liters of wood sort of out, which goes directly to sale. If I put 1,000 liters of wood in there and I produce beams, do these have water? Yeah, so each one should have water. If I put 1,000 liters of wood in to the sawmill and I produce beams, then it actually, I believe it's like 100 wood, I get 94 beams, I think is what it is. So that's crazy. That's like almost 1-to-1. Oh, what am I doing? And then it basically gives me like 6 wood chips. So whatever that amounts to. So if it's like 1,000 liters, then I get 9,400 liters of beams and like 600 and 9,000 and 600 liters of wood chips. I guess is what that works out to be. Is that right? No, 600 liters. No, 660 liters. Oh, whatever. You get the. It's basically 94% of whatever I put in there goes to beams, and the balance goes to wood chips. So, anyways, yeah. So beams, I think, will make a good chunk of change for us. So this is obviously not a. We're not a construction company here. We're in the business of making fabric. So we're buying the animals and basically preparing ourselves to make fabric. So making beams is literally for the sole purpose of making money, basically. Okay. I see our little tractor down there. We'll go check that out soon. So I do have a tractor. Please tell me that you're working properly. Why they would be turning around right there, I don't know. Anyways, I have that tractor set to make to cultivate the existing field and make us a new field. Okay, yeah, it looks like they're working in the new area. We may have some cleaning up to do afterwards, but anyways, that's okay. And in regards to making money and cotton, these 2 fields here are screaming to me that they want to be merged and made into one more cotton field. I do not have the money right now, nor am I anywhere close, but 80 and it's like 100 and let's call it 125 grand. And I don't know how easily accessible this one is, but holy moly, there's a lot of trees up here. So for 2.25, oh, there's the field back there. So for 2.25, we could potentially own this side of the road also, and further grow cotton. And if cotton is at all what I'm hoping it is, then perhaps the sheep become a non-issue because they don't produce wool very fast. But the cotton, you harvest it once a year, but if we get a ton of it, we can dump it into the spinnery, and it takes a while for the spinnery to process it anyways, then maybe that's the way to go. I don't know. Who knows what the future will hold, but just know that I am thinking. I am trying to find the angles and trying to make this work out the best I can. So there. So I have auto drive. So I have Courseplay installed. That's what's going on. I've used Courseplay down in the field expansion that's happening right now. I made a custom field. I managed to save my first field. I set up a custom course, I guess is that what we're calling it, and saved that in the right folder. So I feel like we're way to the races here. I now have auto drive installed, and I have begun to make my roads. So if you look, we've now begun to map the map out. I don't know that I'm going to be using it in this episode, but just know that I am in the process of getting that set up as well. We're going full farm manager mode here. So let's hop into the store. All right, here we are now in the used equipment section. Let's see the commitments that the new owners have made, or new management anyways, to stock this beast. Let's see what we got here. So I think we saw that John Deere last time we were together. I had it up. It's actually not a bad option, but I mean, at 175 horsepower, I really like to get something over 200 horsepower for the next tractor. Especially as we're making bigger fields, I can start to see that we're going to want some power, I think. We got stuff. We got seeds. So, yes, the new management did tell me that they're going to be looking for all forms of sales. So, is this 7,000 liters of seed for $688? it's about $100 for 1,000 liters of seed. What? Okay. So there must have been some reason why the store owner picked that up, but let's buy that. Like that's kind of a no-brainer. That's going to be far less than what our bulk distribution silo there does. Okay, then next we have a Massey here. This is a medium tractor, I think. Well, I'm not here to buy a tractor. This is not why we came here. But I did just mention something about a 200 horsepower tractor. Yeah, I mean, you know what? We're still 100 grand. I don't think we're there yet. Okay, what else have we got? Oh my God, what the hell? This guy's been busy, man. He's been sourcing deals all over the place. So that's cool, but I'm not going to buy it. That's really cool. And a header. What? Oh man. All right, you got to let me know in the comments. I'm not in the position to spend 160 grand right now on this combo, but let me know what you think of this deal. So this is seemingly a $220,000 harvester, I guess. Wow. Who picked the custom rims? There we go. Jeez. All right, obviously our graphics have decided to go for an absolute shit here because I can't read anything on the harvester. Oh, look at the interior. Who designed this? Anyways, if that's your taste, I apologize, but woo. Even right down to the red seats. I'm sure the red seats are probably like a cool thing in the harvesting world, but anyways, okay, so whatever. I'll shut up now. So 10,500 liter capacity, definitely some options for horsepower, but even just so the base as presented, that's $105,000. That's a slamming deal. And then this header looks like it would go on there. It's 15 meters. Oh my God. Okay, we're not doing that, but that is a deal and a half. So the commitments that the new management has made are substantial. These saplings actually look interesting. I do plan on planting trees. There is a planter that I think we'll end up buying. I want to do this on both maps, both series actually, is replant some trees. I know they don't grow overnight, so it would take some time before we could benefit from them, but it just seems like the right thing to do as you're clear cutting a forest anyways. I think we'll benefit from these more on this map than we will on the new Frontier map, but well, I'm sure these aren't going to sell immediately, so let's just get what we came for and then and go from there. So one more thing I want to check before we go and purchase our spreader. So I just want to see. I think it's okay. So I need a planter for cotton. I need a seeder for grass. So it's kind of interesting. But there's at 6.5 meters. I think we have 190 horsepower right now, so we might be okay with this. That could very well be our planter right there. It looks like it's base game. Oh, this is the one that it's kind of got like its own built-in trailer too. So you don't have to drag it down the road widthwise. You can go lengthwise. Does it carry? Oh, it carries both, yeah. Carries seed and fertilizer, which is good. But that's not what we're here for. We are here for fertilizer spreaders. Now I know I can spread lime with manure spreader. So actually, this is likely what we're going to end up getting over here. This I'm using, this one here I'm using over on New Frontier. We may want, as mods come out, to get something larger. But this is a good option, but I don't want to use it on both maps, I guess. It's too bad because I can customize the color. It's got decent capacity. We're only going to use it for lime. 16.5 versus 45. Actually, yeah, look at that. We're 55. We're almost $56,000, which gives us a working width of 18 meters, but a capacity of 14,000 liters. That's pretty dang good. But if I look over here, this one's got like 3,200 liters. So way less, and we're gonna have to fill up more often. Yeah, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna try to talk myself into this because we are using it on New Frontier. I'll check this lastly here. So 8 meter. So that's a 12 meter working width, and it holds 9,000 liters. That's not too bad, actually. How do we feel about using a manure spreader as a lime spreader? So 9,000 liters, which is good. 12-meter working width. 80 horsepower. We can pretty much pull this with anything. Maybe we'll get this. We'll save like 20 grand, right? All right, if you see any reason why this was a dumb idea, then let me know in the comments. Don't be shy. All right, we'll come back for those seeds. That was a crazy deal. Those seeds were a crazy deal. Good job, new owners. I'm really trying to get the balance of the audio of this tractor mixed with the audio of everything else. Oh, I just cut off those kids. Farmer Mike, thank you for pointing out I can't remember, I think it was 2 episodes ago or whatever, the audio for this tractor compared to my, I have a bit of an issue in that I will sometimes just kind of trail off in my sentences and maybe, like mumble through the end of stuff. So my apologies if that happens, but thank you for pointing that out, Farmer Mike, that maybe I should watch my audio balance, because yes, when I went back and looked, the tractor was quite loud compared to my voice. So I don't know if I'm hopefully gonna be able to get that balance better in this episode, and I'm gonna do my best to speak clearly and with some volume, so I don't just kind of trail off in mid thought. All right, we're gonna come back and look at the field and check on our friend there, who is way over on the other side. Okay, I mean, I could kind of see our worker over there in an area that I wasn't sure they should be. So kind of want to get back there sooner than later, but let's just get the lime spreading. So look at it, I got a manure spreader as a lime spreader. Should that back hatch not be opening? Oh no, that's actually cool. So I like this better. So I used if you saw on New Frontier, I used the gray. So there was sort of 2 relatively inexpensive manure spreaders. I used the gray one for lime on that map, and when I opened it, the whole back opened up and you could just see a wall of lime, so it looked really weird. This one, it looks like an internal sort of stop gate there comes up, and then it probably feeds the spreading discs. I guess I never really mentioned it, but it looks like our money came in. So there, now all wood that goes in there will just make beams, and we'll just become the beam guys. The beam guys. All right, as much as I want to hire a worker for this, I think I will do this, and then we'll make a custom field here, I think. Let's just take a quick look around. Actually, we don't even need to do that. Let's get the steering assist set up. I've never really used the function where you just put the cruise control on and then the vehicle steers itself. I've only used the one that gives you the lines, basically, which is good enough for me, I guess. GPS, is that what it is? I don't know. Okay, I mean, it looks like it's definitely recognizing everything here. And then let's see how fast we go through the lime. With no like precision farming support, we are just subject to whatever happens, I guess. Regardless of how much lime the field needs. Although maybe there's a component of precision farming built in the map we just don't know about. All right, and away we go. So you'll see I'm not necessarily always on the lines. I just use them more or less as a bit of a guideline. More so because I have a hard time estimating how much, like where I need to be positioned in order to get good coverage without overlapping like crazy. Like see here, it keeps working. It keeps sort of moving me around this light pole here, and I want to just go straight because I want to get, not light pole, but the power pole. I'd like to get the whole thing covered. And if I miss a section, whatever, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, so how was everybody's New Year's Eve? I'm not entirely sure that I asked that. If there was another episode posted in 2025 already, because I don't ever remember saying that. So hopefully you had a good time and you were able to enjoy some time with some friends and family or whatever. With the move into 2025, it means it kind of feels like, I don't know, sometimes when you get into that holiday season between calendar years and that kind of stuff, it sometimes sort of feels like you're, I don't know, just trying to get to the other side, so to speak. It's like, just get me to the next year so we can get things rolling. Especially when you're like, you know, when you provide a service, for example, as your business, and it has nothing to do with the holidays. So, you know, like most of my major clients are in real estate. So the period of time right before Christmas and kind of that gap between Christmas and New Year's is kind of a dead zone. So it's giving me a lot of time to be able to hang out with the kids and also make content here. So I'll be curious to see when January hits, depending on what happens with that market, what kind of opportunities I still have to make content comfortably without, you know, just never sleeping instead of just getting my usual 3 hours of sleep a night. We'll see what happens anyways. I'm hopeful that we can continue having fun here in a similar frequency to what we're experiencing right now. Is it just me, or are we just not even using Lime? This thing is amazing. So I mean, granted, it'd be nice to have a wider working width, but like, I swear I've done rows like a New Frontier, putting Lime down in some of those new fields we put in. I swear I'm basically just moving a few feet and I'm out. Like, this thing is amazing. It could just be the way. If you remember in FS22, I remember specifically on Comlands, there was a spreader that, and I didn't know this until Josh over at the Gaming Joy headquarters mentioned that the spreader that I was using was sort of programmed to slightly benefit or greatly benefit the player. So it would just sip the material as it was, putting it out onto the field. So that I'm wondering, maybe that's what this is. I honestly, I don't really know how to even go check that, but this is good. This is like one of those little best kept secrets, maybe. I mean, why spend 50 grand on that big old spreader that we've had around since like FS19, I think, when I can buy a manure spreader and benefit like this. Okay, so here's where we're going to start to see gaps, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Like, guaranteed I'm going to miss some spots, but just leave me alone. Leave me alone. So my hope for this episode is that we can get Lime on all these fields, right? So this big field here, and then the other field that's getting made right now. Come on, buddy. And then I almost wonder if we should look at, this is me just talking out of my ass, I don't think we're going to do this, but I almost wonder if we should grab a deadwood contract to see how that goes. Although I don't really have a good way to transport the wood, but if we took a deadwood contract, we can keep the wood. This just in on special offer, John Deere 345 Plus. That is not a tractor, is it? I'm gonna go over there and it's gonna be like a shovel or something. But yeah, so I was just saying, I wonder if it would make sense to grab one of those deadwood contracts and then take that wood and put it into our sawmill and start making planks that way. Let's check the store here quickly. Oh, John Deere 345 Plus. Yeah, okay, we don't need that. So So far, I would highly recommend this manure spreader if you're looking to spread lime. The only thing missing is color configuration, because you know that's super important, and it'd be nice if there was some type of beacon, because my tractor unfortunately doesn't have it, so it'd be nice if I could get it. Oh, that guy is not really moving over there. See our worker? Sorry, I missed a stump, obviously. Looks like I'm chasing him around with the chainsaw. Alright, so this person is now on the headlands. Missed a spot here, buddy. Unless they're doing exterior headland first? No, that can't be. Another chunk of wood right here. Jeez, when we have cotton in our fields and things are growing and everything is awesome, this is gonna be great. So I'm looking across the field there, across the road, thinking, where can I find the money to buy those fields and get them also prepped for February? Because let's just imagine that I could do that. If I could get those fields purchased, merged, limed, you know, cultivated, all the crap, and get the seed in the ground for February, we would have a ton of cotton to harvest when it came time, which would be amazing. And from what I gather, based on the comments, that's how you do it with cotton. You need some volume, right? So it's I want to say the 29th. No, tomorrow is New Year's Eve. So today would be the 30th of, yeah, it's Monday the 30th, because I don't have a video scheduled to go out on New Year's Eve, but I do have one to go out on New Year's Day. I have no idea. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever day this is, it's prior to New Year's, so I started back on a bit of a fitness regime today. Of course, it's always today, right? So I've in the past have been extremely involved in fitness in general. Fitness, not like anything weird fitness, but like for many years was part of a CrossFit gym and had always been very active. And you know, when we went camping, we would load the truck up with you know, sandbags and kettlebells and just various torture implements and bring them to the campground, and it was that kind of stuff. So then we moved provinces, and a bunch of things changed, and I just stopped. The fitness became the bottom priority, and basically motocross became my sort of sole fitness activity, and which is great in the summertime, but in the winter I would just everything would just go to hell. So I kind of had to make a commitment to myself to make sure that this winter I don't basically what I don't want to have is the spring to come and then have to play catch up. You know, like at the beginning of last season when the track opened, I could make it like 2 laps before I had to pull off and you know, kind of recoup. By the end of the season, I could go 20 minutes, which would be 5-6 laps or whatever. I could go longer than that when they had open sessions, and without an issue. So I don't want to have to work back up to that when the track opens. I want to be ready to go out of the gates. Maybe, of course, there'll be some cobwebs and some conditioning things that we have to do, but I don't want to waste any time next year. I want to just come out firing on all cylinders. As well, I think I've mentioned here, you know, we've sort of decided that we're going to take up airsoft as a secondary hobby, myself and the kids. So that is going to require, as long as if I don't want to get shot, that's going to require a lot of agility and endurance, and I need to be able to run, hide, and then like control my breathing. So I could just sorry, I could just picture imagine like putting all the effort into advance on the enemy position, run across a field, get behind some trees, only to like, find a great vantage point where you can hide from, but then like the enemies just look over and they see a bush that sounds like it's going to vomit, because that would be me after trying to run. So I don't want to get to that point. I want to be able to hide behind that bush and not sound like I'm going to vomit. So that's kind of what the goal is. So I've got a home gym set up, lots of barbells and kettlebells and just various torture implements in my basement, along with a rowing machine. So today is day one. All right, there, channel subscribers and those of you who are watching or not subscribed. As my cyber commitment to not be a piece of shit when the spring hits, I'm going to try to make sure that I'm in some kind of shape, so when I hide behind a bush after running across a field, I don't give away my position in airsoft. Really, I'm almost 50. I just want to keep up with my dang kids, All right, I think I need to put some lime in here so we can continue. So let me go do that, and we'll be right back. All right, $1,400 later, and this thing is full. Oh, there's no more markers going that way, so we're going across now. I'm really liking this field. I like the way it's expanded. I like the overall size. I think we figured it was probably close to 11 acres. What? Oh, shoot. I did that last time. I didn't open this stupid thing. Yeah, it's nice because it's not like... I've never been a fan of just straight up rectangular fields, so this has got some abnormalities to it, but yeah, I like the way this is turned out. So this is going to be a joy. And then when there's cotton growing in this field and the Riverside field there, it's going to look pretty dang nice. Oh, I still have one more headland type pass to do here. I guess we can do that quickly. So the other guy says that he's done work, so we may need to go finished work. That means there's no... Well, I doubt I'm paying for anybody. There's probably nobody in the tractor now. They probably just ditched the tractor and went home, so we should be okay there. So maybe I'll just leave it, and then we'll go do the touch-ups that I know we're going to need to do. How are you guys with a more or less a single activity episode? Because this does take some time, and I have literally been rambling pretty much nonstop. So my apologies, or not. I don't know if you're into it. Great. If you're not, well, sorry. Sorry, not sorry. That's just a Canadian way of saying whatever. But I got to figure out where am I going to make the money right now in order to purchase those extra 3 fields that we can really give ourselves an opportunity for cotton. Now, I guess it's not a total panic because there is... So we have February and we have March in order to plant cotton. Obviously, I shouldn't say obviously. I'm guessing that the sooner we get the cotton seeds into the ground, the sooner we get to harvest. Is that right? So, like, if we plant in February and let's say there's 2 months... If there's 2 months to plant and 2 months to harvest, if you plant in the first month, does that mean you get to harvest in the first month? So I guess why I'm saying that is if it takes us a little extra time to generate the cash to buy those fields across the road, then we're not totally dead in the water. It's not like we have to have everything planted in the month of February. But I would like to be taking everything out at the same time because those harvesters aren't cheap from what I understand, and it might cost us 50 grand just to lease something. You're probably laughing right now. You're like, oh, 50 grand, you're lucky if it only costs 50 grand. All right, let's see what happened here, and then let's do any touch-ups we might want to do. I'm not going to worry too much if it's a little janky around the edges. Oh, this is cool. Look. Get to watch the barge go by while you're farming. So and they got to navigate a corner here too, which is really cool. They got to go under a bridge. They got to navigate a corner. That's cool. Anyways, okay, so I'm seeing the notifications for stuff in the store, and I'm kind of ignoring it because I think a lot of it's the same stuff we already looked at. Okay, we could probably expand a little bit here, but honestly, let's just, unless something is glaring, let's not worry about it. Weird chunks of wood here. They look like, they kind of look like just sort of like a wood sliver, but yeah, that one's a sliver, or is it? That tells me this is attached to something else. Okay, die. Okay, so looking good here. Obviously you can see where we expanded, where the different colors are, right? Try not to get too greedy here. There's quite rocky. Branches will hopefully not get in the way. Okay, so here we got to clean up a bit. This one we can pick up. This one. That was a bad throw. That one can go in the water. I didn't want to go too deep into this corner either, because if we've got a large type harvester that we're wheeling around, I didn't want to have to get it in and out of these tight spaces. And then I surely did not want to leave any crop in the ground. Like when it's harvest time, I'd be fighting tooth and nail to get every last bit of cotton out of the ground. So I don't want to tempt myself with difficult sections here. All right, we're all cleaned up. Let's get to this. Oh, that's nice. The lines just pick up where we left off, I guess. That's good. So let me back up the hill here. Let's get this thing all lined up. I always like when you're merging fields or you're doing a bunch of stuff like this, and then once you get to throw a layer of lime down, it sort of hides all the imperfections. Yeah, I thought about going to top up. I figured, you know, we might as well just get rolling here and see what we end up with. Oh, actually, there's another thing I was wondering too. So see that section there with all those big gnarly rocks? Can we break those rocks, or do they have to be only when it's a rock breaking mission? So it'd be kind of cool to go in there one day and just break up all the rocks and then expand the field there, like reclaim the land from those rocks. I don't know whether rock breaking and then rubble removal are make for good content, but kind of neat. Hey, actually, it just dawned on me that it's snowing too. Let's hope we don't get any accumulation before I get the lime in the field here, because I think that might make it a little more difficult to see where we've been when you're putting a white crushed stone or whatever lime is down on a white snowy field. Or actually, I guess in reality it probably wouldn't even let you do that, would it? Because like you're not going to go throw lime down on a field in real life if it's covered in snow, because then the lime's just going to sit on the snow until it melts. Yeah, we're under 1,000 liters now, so we're definitely going to have to make a run back to the bulk purchase. So that will be the third fill up, which will probably be enough to get us through this field, I think. So in each fill up's been like $1,400. So what's that, like $4,200 basically in lime? It's not bad. It's funny. I don't know what. I swear sometimes I do things that don't make any sense when I see them afterwards. But I'm sitting here saying, you know, where am I going to get the money to purchase those fields over there? Well, I have $130,000 in the bank right now. Now, for sure, I need to get the planter, but if you recall, one of those fields we're looking at has a number of trees on them, the furthest field. So get the tree out of my face. Oh, I need more lime. Yeah, check this out. Look at this field. So we could buy this field and look at seemingly what looks like a bunch of trees, or this one. Right, I think there's a lot of opportunity there for us to maybe, yeah, you see all those trees? I think we might have some opportunity to quickly recoup some money. And, I mean, worst case, if we need to get the planter, we could lease it instead of purchasing it if we don't really have a lot of money. So I gotta remember that, I think. There we go, $1,417. Are we seeing snow in the trees now? Kind of looks like there's a dusting that is settling in the trees, or they're just wet and shiny. It's hard to tell. And I got a bad feeling about this as far as the snow coverage. That the water is starting to look different, I think. Is that just me, or are we seeing a color change in the water maybe now? Which could signify the drop in temperature. The trees look like they're getting snow accumulation. I just don't want the field to just turn white all of a sudden. Or at least not if it's not limed. So if we get a bunch of snow here, obviously I can't plant anything this month anyways, so I'm not too worried there. I want to go and scout out those fields across the road, and I think maybe what we're going to end up doing is we'll take a look, and whichever one we think is going to give us the best opportunity to sell wood and generate money to purchase the other ones, then we're going to do that. So I think it's either going to mean there's really only two options, I think, in that case. The one that's sort of a little more standalone, or the one off to the left when we're looking, the one like that's on the river basically. Those look like the only two that have trees. So we'll figure out which one we're going to do. We may get into some of the tree clearing now. Oh man, I'm already screwing up my beam strategy because we want to put wood into the sawmill and get paid right away. Which if I wait to produce beams, that's not going to happen. So shoot. I mean, I guess maybe what I should do then is we'll leave it. I'll activate the beams, so we're manufacturing beams. I will begin piling wood into the sawmill, and I mean it's going to take me some time to clear all the wood for sure, and then once we get to the point where I'm ready to like literally pull the trigger, then I will switch and just sell the wood, and hopefully we have, a bunch of pallets of beams. I think it seems to, I'm trying to think of a New Frontier, like it seems to produce at a fairly decent rate. I don't think it's going to take very long to build up some inventory of beams, but I guess we'll find out. I think it was on episode 8, so there's somebody was commenting on my sort of situation with the actually this tractor, right? No, the other tractor. Yeah, the other one. How I've been sort of complaining about the fact that it seems to deteriorate so fast, and I have to spend money on it all the time. So I guess from what I understand, FS is set up to. So if you took a tractor at 0 hours, if I'm understanding what he was saying correctly, if you take a tractor at 0 hours and start driving it, it's programmed to somewhat exponentially deteriorate over a period of like 0 to 50 hours. So like the rate of deterioration increases and the need for service. And then once you get to 50 hours, though, it sort of holds firm. So it never gets worse than that, but it's not good at all. So I guess from what I understand, he was saying, if you're okay with repairing it often, you can pick up some good deals with high hours, but just know that once you get to 50 hours, it's not going to get any worse. It's just not going to be good. Like this, what's this thing at 17 hours? So we're good here. I worry about that other tractor. Like, I think if we, if the guys that sort of run the store now, come up with a good option that's like more than 200 horsepower, we should figure out a way to make that happen and then sell off that other John Deere. So we read the writing on the wall that it's not gonna it's just going to keep deteriorating. I don't even think it's at 50 hours yet, to be honest. I think it was less than 50 hours, wasn't it? That means it's going to get worse still before it holds. And then they mentioned another mod, which I did not see. I must have missed it or just disregarded it because it wouldn't be something I normally would look at. But this mod sounds like it might be a good addition for this farm when we're really humming and maybe have a few tractors or whatever. But it was a kind of like a staffed shop. So you pay, I think he said $4,000 a month to maintain the shop. But you basically just park your tractor or whatever it is in front of it, and then they wash and service it every time you park it there, which is cool, sort of automatically. I wonder if you have to pay. So do you have to pay for the work every time, or are you just literally paying for the monthly cost of having the building and the staff? But then you get the servicing at no charge, no additional charge anyways? I don't know how that works. But I do know that that's it for the lime. There's one little piece at the top, I think, we'll see if this prediction comes right, but it's been pretty much a linear increase in subscribers ever since I started posting FS25 content. So while I'm sitting here driving up this field, I'm looking over on my phone in the YouTube app, and I'm seeing that we're at 2,115 subscribers, and basically tomorrow's New Year's Eve. So I'm wondering if that's going to say like 2,250 or 2,200 by the time the bell rings for New Year's. I'm curious to see what happens. So look at that. Lime. Now we have these trees here. Obviously I could still cut down. But man, it's just a pain in the ass. Oh, this is brutal. I don't know the ones up here are going to be any better, but let's go check it out. So what do we have now? $128,000. Okay, down here first. Wait. Let me go park this, and then we'll take the other tractor, because the other tractor's a little faster. This thing with the lime is a little bit slow. Alright, let's fire this up and go check it out. Okay, so this would be one of the fields right here that we could purchase. We could definitely... I mean, that's probably... 1, 2... Probably would not tackle that tree. No. 3. There's probably... I'd say 30,000 liters between those 3 trees. How's this one looking? Yeah, if we fell that right, so let's call that like 45,000 liters. Which side is this one on? Look at this tree. Holy moly. Oh yeah, okay. Maybe 60,000 liters. There's probably 90,000 liters of wood on this field. And it's not too far from us. So this is the... So that's 79,000. This one's less expensive, so... I mean, we have enough money right now, so that's 80, 42. We kind of have enough money to just purchase these 2 fields right now. That would give us about 90,000, and we'd have no money. But then this thing's 102, so we could buy this, have 80, we'd have about 40, then maybe we got to find 60 grand. Yeah, so if we bought this one, cut down roughly, let's call it 80,000 liters of wood, which is going to give us at least $80,000. 80, 44. So that would give us about $120,000. That would allow us to purchase this. That after, then we'd have, so let's say 20 grand. Let's go look at the trees on this lot, because really then all we need to do is generate about 40 grand to buy that other lot. And then when we get into the first day of February, we could have a tractor planting seeds in the fields that we just prepared. along with, oh, look at this. We could really expand the crap out of this field too. I like this. On the map right now, it's showing this is all trees. I don't see any trees right here. But we don't need a lot. We just need to generate about 40 grand. So that's a big beast right there. These trees have all got to be on the property. There's a big tree right there. So we have enough. So that's I'm confident that this will work. And we would then pick up. So then what I would do is we would take this field here, expand the crap out of it. Because I think it goes right to the water. Oh yeah, like. So we would end up with a field that basically ran all this. It would just be massive. I'm not even going to look at the acreage because it doesn't matter. It'd just be so big. Look at this. This field does not make, this is like a hidden gem here. This field is cheap compared to, or based on what you get here. Look at that. Oh, we got these big nasty old trees here. Whew, I can see what's happening here, guys. I think we're gonna end up. We'll cut down a bunch of trees together here, but I think I've got a project between this episode and the next one. Obviously, look at this big majestic tree gonna come down. Okay, so between the fields, what does it look like? So with a bit of smoothing, we can connect the fields right here, and then have it wrap all the way around. I mean, I guess this is how you build a mega farm, right? I never really do stuff like this, but think of all the cotton we're going to have growing on that side. The cotton we're going to have growing on this side. Yeah, that'll be good. These fields are good, so let's do that. Let's purchase the first one over there, which is this one, which is a steal. I hope. Until we find out that there's some issue. All right, let's get this thing out of the way. I'm going to want to take down a couple trees immediately so we can at least get some planks going, you know. So I find if you continue to hold the button down. So once you get the trigger to delete the weird tree there, if you come around, you can get rid of all these bushes too. Oh, nightmares! These are what nightmares are made out of. These things. And on top of that, look at our graphics. Everything's just turned to mush again. The Elon mush. Okay, while we don't need to limb these to put them into the sawmill, it definitely makes it a lot more manageable to transfer them. And like these branches, oh God, look at this. This is horrible. These like sort of extra branches here don't really have collisions on them necessarily, but they sure make it really difficult to see what you're doing. We kind of went from feeling a little bit casual for what everything was happening to feeling like I'm in a bit of a rush now, because I really want to get these fields put together and planted before, you know, the cotton planting season's done. And there's so many trees to deal with now, trees of which I'm not a huge fan. So I love how Farmer Klein always said, "Farming is my chill," or "Farming Simulator is my chill." I think he even has merch that says that, meaning that it's kind of a game that he can come and relax. Then you run into situations like this where it's like, wait, can't relax, must work. Okay, this is when you do not want to look at the store. But I also kind of want to look at the store, if you know what I mean. Collisions. Okay, what do you think? Should we look at the store quick? We're not buying anything right now. We have We have a plan, unless there was a planter that came up for sale. But we have a plan. We've got a specific plan right now. So I shouldn't look around. Where's the weight? Oh, wait. The weight's on the front of this. I gotta stop doing that. It's dangerous. We'll never be able to pick up those trees if the weight's not on this thing. Well, let's grab the trailer. Whew, I like it. We are on a mission. It's like a late game day decision here. I don't know why I never really saw those fields. Never really looked at those fields. I don't know why I didn't consider them. They probably had a crop in them or something at one point that didn't sit well with me to the point where I wasn't even willing to look at them. Oh, we're gonna have cotton as far as the eye can see. Let's hope this works. Let's hope this plan pays off. I can't see why it wouldn't, but anyways, hopefully how many good plans have gone bad because of stuff like that. Try to get it to the edge without knocking it off, and then we can sort of use that as a brace to push other logs up onto it. Like this one, for example. My biggest issue with this kind of work and making content is the amount of like unnecessary camera moves. Like I'll go to like I use a mouse and keyboard for everything, and I'll go to like swing the or to basically move the loader arm or whatever, and everything swings with it, and I find it quite disorienting. But so I know that it's tough when you're trying to make content that's sort of somewhat visually appealing, but meanwhile your camera's going in 100 different directions. Old jumping chop. They don't teach you that one in school. You only learn the jumping chop on the streets. Looks like some kind of dinosaur skeleton. Okay, let's find something else we can bring over there. I would like try to harvest those bushes or whatever you want to call them, but in the end they're like when you go to cut them, they break into like 20 pieces. Maybe less than that. It's probably exaggeration, but they break into too many pieces that you don't want to have to deal with them. Okay, let's take this beast down. Actually doing good for time. We're not doing good for recording time, I can tell you that much, which tells me already this is going to be another stupid long episode. Obviously, I have not been limbing anything really in the last few episodes, but this is solely to make it easier for us to get into the sawmill. Not into the sawmill, but down the road, which I guess is kind of like into the sawmill. Jeez, I was just about to say, what do you think of my cat-like moves here on this branch, and then I fell off. That's why I want a giant loader. Like, I just think it'd be so much more satisfying. Coming over with this huge loader teeth and picking all this up in one shot. I'm not interested in all the little pieces, but this is also far too heavy for me to just pick up and run with. I think we might be utilizing some dragging technique here. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Let's hope the MTO's not driving by. Maybe they'll want to do a random inspection. I think we're going to get one load into the sawmill to... Oh, where's this weird collision coming from? There we go, never mind. I think we're going to get one load in together, and then I'm going to kind of probably mess with the time a bit and bust my butt. Oh, look how heavy that is. Jeez. Bust my butt, get the trees in this first field taken care of, and then sort of pop in together by the second field, and then same thing, jump out, let my horrific skills here get the job. Oh, what am I gonna do? What am I doing? This is dumb. I'm never gonna be able to transport this. Why am I even trying to carry it? I'm used to just taking entire trees and hauling them into the sawmill. Yeah, see, that's still 400 kilograms. That's why these trees are worth so much money, but they're just like, they really make you pay for it, or they really make you work for the payday. Perfect. Well, thank God that it's cold enough that all this precipitation isn't just becoming rain, because we'd be just axle deep in mud right now, completely destroying the field. Push this one in place. I imagine if you went like way into like northern Ontario or, you know, British Columbia or wherever, where a lot of like large scale logging happens, the amount of creativity you would see from the operators, you know, using equipment in ways that you might not expect. I bet you'd see a lot of that. I'm not doing what I'm doing right now. Nobody would expect this because it's a complete failure what I'm doing right now, but I think you know what I mean. the effective techniques, not these defective techniques. I think I just strapped myself to the trailer. Although clearly I didn't because I strapped quite a ways away, but let's try a different one. I wonder if that Merlot, is that it? The Merlot, whatever, the green telehandler that I saw in the shop. I wonder if that would have been a good addition. It made this a little bit easier. Nothing really beats loader arms on a tractor. Oh, although actually, sorry, in saying that, you know what I'd like to do, and by the time you see this, I might have already added it, especially onto New Frontier. The like the feller buncher, that forestry tool, I believe it's designed to not only cut trees down, but to like sort of handle them, right? You can sort of take them down and then push them around and stuff. I have a feeling, especially on New Frontier, that would be a great addition for us. Maybe not so much on this map here, but because I mean, our whole thing over there is getting trees down in a reasonable manner, and then getting them to, you know, in that case, the sawmill, right? I think we've got a couple anchors. Yeah, let's see if. Let's kind of make this work a little bit better. Uh-oh. Oh, that one fell off. Shoot, all that work. Okay, don't worry. I'm not going to lose sleep over that. Let's just get out of here. I think everything else is strapped on good enough that we don't have to worry. Let's get on the road so this doesn't take 5 days. Yeah, because I think my chainsaw and loader log grabber attachment here has run its course. Oh, here comes a cement truck. Okay, let's get off the road. Cement truck and a delivery truck. Let's see if we can make a break for it. Okay, go, buddy. Go, 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 go. As long as nobody else comes, we should be able to get across this bridge without any issues. Let's make sure none of the inspection guys, highway inspection, comes by. Very nice. Try not to knock any more signs down. All right, I'm definitely knocking signs down. But we got it there. Watch, this ends up being like 1,500 liters of wood. Okay, let's just see. Okay, we're going to activate. We're going to change output. So I think the price for this is the same all the time. Let's look quickly here. Yeah, see, look at this. So you throw in 100 wood, you get out almost 100 wood beam, and they top you up with wood chips. So it's like really not a bad situation. And look at the pricing. Oh, it's down here with wood anyways. Okay, so we're basically $1,000 almost all the time. Oh. Or are we? We're less than $1,000. Okay, we're approximately $1,000 all the time for wood. We're basically $2,900 all the time for wood beams. So can't go wrong there. Although look at this, holy crap! So I think what we're gonna do though is we'll just set this to sell. They can just make us money as we go. It's snowing harder now. Okay, that was 8,700 liters. So if we end up with 8,000, that's like 20 grand right there. Okay, it's 1:55 right now on January the 2nd. like I said, I'm going to go bust my butt back and forth. I'm likely going to screw with the time a little bit here so we don't burn too much of the day. I'd like to kind of have a good look at that lot and how much money we have and stuff together before it gets dark. And it does get dark fairly early here. So let me do that. And then we'll be back to probably make the next purchase. And then what I'll likely do is when I make that purchase, we'll call this an episode, and then I'll just go to town over there, possibly even extend the field before you guys get back, and then. But like, really, what I want to do is I want to be able to get lime in that field while we're putting seeds in the other fields, and then by the time, hopefully, the first 2 days of February are done, we've got some nice beefy cotton fields, which are just going to make us so much money. Okay, we're like, oh my god, I can't even tell you. I have no clue how long this has been in human years, but I can tell you in in-game dog years, it's I've been messing with the time so bad, just trying to keep some bit of daylight. But then also, the problem with that is then the sawmills, like when everything's slowed down, the sawmill's not producing anything. So it's kind of a bit of an issue. So it's going to be hard to show you what we did, but I definitely cleared out an absolute ton of trees. Let's just quickly look over here and I'll show you, and we'll go put that in the sawmill. I want to say I've got like 150,000 liters in the sawmill maybe. So check this out. Here's our little corridor here. Is that a stump? Oh, there's a piece of wood there, whatever. So, oh god. All right, so once we get the land bought on that side, we'll get these trees out of here, and I think we should be able to use landscaping to kind of smooth the transition out here. So we'll have, I'm going to make this all one field. I was kind of thinking, well, maybe I'll just keep it as 2 fields, or 3 fields really. But in the end, I think screw it. We're just going to have, we'll have an area come through here. That might screw up workers, but I don't know. We're going to expand the crap out of this. It's just going to be a massive field. You know what? As I'm saying that out loud, I'm thinking maybe we should keep them separate. But I don't know. We'll make that decision later on. But I'm going to get this into the sawmill. So, yeah, I guess a bit of a catch-22. Would that be where you'd use that phrase? I wanted time to go slow enough so we had a chance to kind of get back together here and talk about what went on. But then I also wanted time to go. I didn't want time to slow down so much that we stopped producing anything. Well, unfortunately, we haven't really been producing. I have it set to sell, right, the beams, but like we got what, $51,000. I think I've made like $2,000 on the sale of those beams straight out of the sawmill. So let's hope we fit through here. So I think what I'm gonna end up doing actually is, I'd like the money right now, so we could make the purchase and move on with it, but I'll talk about that car parked over there in a second. But I think what we're gonna end up doing is we'll probably just let we'll sort of get this into the sawmill. We'll sort of say our goodbyes, and then I will let the game run overnight or whatever and see how much. What do we got in here? 150, 152. Yeah, we'll just sort of let the game run, and we'll see what we end up with for sales from the beams, and then I guess in the in-game morning we can just sell everything out. Okay, so 155,000. I know for sure we've produced some beams. I mean, right now we have 44 liters of beams in here, so that's really not cool. But anyways, holy, I have no idea what happened there. That took forever. So look, I keep seeing cars just parked here. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. Something's going on, I think. All right, well, here's what we own now. Oh man, it'd be so tempting to turn this all into one field. But we really cut off. Yeah, well, that would be a dumb idea, because then I'd have access through here to my field. And if we wanted to get to the river boat, we'd have to come down here. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. We'll leave this here. But it'd be tempting to just make one big ass field. But anyway, so this is what the one of the 3 that we bought so far. So we're going to merge. So this all becomes one field along here. And then I don't know. We'll see whether or not we continue the field through and stretch this one out. And that way it's sort of one big field. I think that's what I want to do. That's going to be more impactful and look cooler, right? Oh Lord, what a pain in the ass this one would be. Look at all these trees. Oh, okay, so we go past that one, and I always look at it thinking, oh, that's not much of a field. But what you don't see is all the stuff back there. Anyways, yeah, it's a good, reasonable portfolio that we're looking at right now. Oh, and this one down here. I forgot about that. God. Things are getting crazy here in Riverbend, but I mean, I guess that's sort of what the whole thing was meant to be, right? So I think we're going to leave it there. I would have liked to get that second of the 3 fields bought, but we know what we're going to do. We know what the plan is. It's possible that I might have the field bought, and maybe we're just on to merging the fields so we can get seeds in the ground by the next episode, which is going to mean I'm going to be doing this all night long, but anyways, I got nothing else to do, I guess. So, yeah. So, guys, thanks so much for sticking around, hopefully, for this 2-hour mega episode or whatever the timing ends up being. It's not a short one, I can tell you that much. We've been doing this for a while, and I'm going to be doing this for a while still. So, anyways, we're going to move on to episode 11. I'm going to say one last thing. I wasn't sort of internally questioning what I was going to do with this series, but I was more excited about the New Frontier series. But to be honest with you, I'm kind of excited about both series because I want to get, I think it's going to be cool when we get sort of like that year and a half in game under our belts, and we have the cotton harvest, and then we get to see what kind of money that is, and then we get to start thinking about the next farm, because this one will then somewhat be able to keep itself rolling, right? And then all the money can go towards the next one. So yeah, I'm really excited about both. I kind of hope that no maps come out right away, because then I'm going to be tempted to want to go play another map. But I have everything I need right now, from what I can tell, with the 2 maps that we're playing on. So that's cool, man. I think that's it's almost like it was meant to be, right? What the hell am I talking about? All right, so it's time to go. I'll see you later. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.